everyone, I am Vibha Chauhan and welcome to Jai Hind Classes Funda Clear. So today I will explain class 8 civics chapter 10 and this is the last chapter of civics. So the chapter is law and social justice. So in the last class you have read that you have studied in the civics that in the market there are exploitation, for you can say that for the procedure in the market there are exploitations between, you can say that, workers, consumers and producers. So in this chapter we will discuss about social justice, about laws, you can say that. So there should be you can say that balance between these three parties, not to be exploitive, that are, you can say that, workers, consumers and producers. For example, you can take example, you can say that if there is any private company and that private company is hiring many workers, you can say that, but it's not paying wages because it wanted its own profit. You know that you have already studied that private companies do business for their own profit. So for making profit, to make profit, they are not giving wages to those workers, and that is, you can say that, illegal to the viewpoint of government, you can say that, to the viewpoint of laws, you can say that. So you can say that laws are made to between all these, to balance between all these parties, that are consumers, workers, or you can say that. And for example, you can take that there are many laws, like you can say that Minimum Wages Act, you can say that according to it there is, you can say that, specified minimum wage for every worker, and these are upgraded every years, you can say. And for prevention of child labor there have been acts, laws, you can say, and service, you can say that, quality of goods, there should be Quality of Goods Act, you can say that, prices of goods, you can say that. So you can say that between these three all parties, that there should be balance, not to be exploitive, you can say. And for example, you can take another example of child labor. If I talk about child labor, then you can see that according to law, every child that is under the age of 14 should not be employed to hazardous factories, you can say. That is under the law, that is written by that act, you can say. But still in India there are many, you can say that, children under the age of 14 who are working in hazardous factories, you can say that are making very hazardous substances, you can say. So you can say that laws are made but are not implemented, are not enforced, you can say, clearly, properly, equally. So in this chapter we will discuss about all these things. So our first topic is Bhopal gas tragedy. Bhopal gas tragedy. So an American plant was established in India, that was Union Carbide, that was for its sole purpose was to make pesticides. And on 2nd December 1984, you can say a very poisonous gas, that is methyl isocyanate, you can say MIC, was leaked in that plant, and that caused, you can say, very poor, very worst situation. In nearly 3 days, 8,000 were killed. So you can say that because of UC, they had not taken safety measures, and because of that accident, that tragedy was, you can say, occurred in 1984, and many people were severely injured. They were caught under many abnormalities, you can say. So you can say that UC that came in India, was established in India and caused Bhopal gas tragedy. And after that, UC had, you can say, left India, but had left in India many, you can say, chemical substances that were left in that ground. And after that, when a company, at present time, the company that owns that land doesn't, you can say, is not, you can say, cleaning that area, and that is causing more and more, you can say, accidents. So you can see Bhopal gas tragedy is an example that laws are made but are not enforced, you can say. So our next topic is, what is a worker's worth? What is a worker's worth? So question is this: why was UC established in India? Why not in America or in any other country? Because in India there were many advantages for them. You know that UC, that is any private company, sees for its own profit, and it was doing cut cost, that is it was not taking safety measures. And because you know that in India wages for workers is very low compared to that of America or any other country, you can say. So because of that UC was established in India, because workers were paid very low wages, they were asking for very low wages. Because in India workers do not ask for very high wages because they fear of those companies. If those companies don't hire them, then what would happen to them? They would be unemployed. So because of fear of unemployed, they join under very low wages, you can say, and they are not provided housing facilities, and that is provided in America. And you can say in America, in any private companies, there are emergency evacuations, you can say there are many advanced technology for safety measures. But in UC, in India, there were no evacuations, emergency evacuations or safety measures, because a worth of Indian worker, you can say, Indian worker is very low for them, because after one another comes in India, there is so much unemployment, and because of that you can say that there is no worth of Indian worker in the view of those private companies. And UC was planted in India, was established in India because government had allowed it because of unemployment. It saw that this company, that UC, was providing employments to many people in India. So it did not see the facts that UC was causing many accidents, you can say, incidents that were happening. Many were severely injured, you can say, and they were not taking safety measures. And after that people struggled so much, and when that case was gone in Supreme Court in 1985, you can say that in 1984 the accident occurred, and in 1985 that was gone to Supreme Court. So in 1985 Supreme Court asked for compensation, and that was $3 billion. But that UC, that was company, had given only $470 million till 1989, and it was not giving the remaining money. So Supreme Court declared that it would also stand for. So you can see that the worth of workers was not taken seriously, you can say that. For example, you can say that when in recent case, when an American tour travels company didn't go for shopping, it had to pay compensation of 8 lakhs because it had not taken its group of tourists to shoppings and Disneylands. So you can say that compensation was of 8 lakh. But why not for Indians? Why was not it given to Indians in Bhopal gas tragedy? So our next topic is enforcement of safety laws. Enforcement of safety laws. So you can say that government of India has to make hard laws and to enforce them. They have to implement them, and it is also the duty of government to provide Article 21, that is right to life, to every citizen of India. But in case of UC, you can say that in case of Bhopal case tragedy, you saw that the government had not taken hard action, you can say that, because the government at that time, during that time, had allowed that hazardous factory to be established in India, and it did not see the factors that it was not taking safety measures, because I have already said that they were taken fear of unemployment in India. So they allowed, and many of those who raised voice, their voice was not, you can say that, heard by the government, that were raised voice in, you can say, opposition of establishment of UC. So their voice was not heard, and the government inspectors, you can say that government inspectors allowed that UC that is Union Carbide to be established in a very populated area, that is Bhopal. It was established also in a very populated area. So you can see that, but they were not safety laws and were not taken safety measures. So you can see that the role of the government is to enforce those laws, and we have to make, you can say that, stronger demands for stronger laws, for hard laws, and to enforce them as well. We have to implement them as well. So our next topic is new laws to protect the environment. New laws to protect the environment. So know that after that accident, you can say an incident, Bhopal gas tragedy, it had affected the workers, but it had affected the neighborhood persons as well, people as well, because as I've said that UC had left so many chemicals, and that affected the common person as well, common people in that area as well. And during the time of, you can say that 19 to 1984, there were no, you can say that, laws protecting the environment of India, and because of that UC was releasing very poisonous, you can say, chemicals in the nearby rivers, and because of that common people were also affected, because there were no laws to protect the environment, and UC was taking advantage of it. Because in any other country, in the country, for example, you can take America, there were laws to protect the environment. So UC had seen many cut costs. It could do many cut costs that are, it did not have to clean the rivers, you can say that. It could pollute the river, it could pollute the environment of India, the air of India, you can say that. And after that incident, there were many common people who were affected by it, and many environment activists were raising voices, were protesting, you can say that. And after that, government had to make laws to protect the environment, because the government said that environment is for India for you can say that eternity, for all time, but a company is not for all time, you can say that. So first measure, you can say that, first priority of a government should be environment, not a private company, you can say. And at many times there have been cases where government had taken steps to protect the environment, because it's also a public facility, but it had taken its, you can say that, it had taken its opposition step as well. For example, if there is a company that has been set up and is polluting the environment, and you can say that the government had ordered that company to be settled elsewhere, not to pollute our environment, and it has settled, you can say that, it has been established elsewhere, somewhere else, you can say that, and because of that many workers are unemployed, and they have to go that far just for employment, you can say that, because if a company is being closed up, then what about their workers? So you can say that it is a priority of our government that has to protect the laws, that has to make laws to protect the environment, and as well they have to take, you can say that, they have to take the shares, you can say that, the demands of workers as well. So our next topic is conclusion. So after studying all this chapter, we can say that the government, the social justice, there have been made laws, and it is a priority, it is a duty of our government to make laws of the shares, you can say, of the demands of workers, of all persons, of all common people, and to protect environment as well. And after reading this chapter, after studying this chapter, you can say that government is making laws, hard laws, but they are not enforced in reality, you can say, they are not implemented on reality. As for example, we had seen of child labor, we had seen of wages of workers, you can say that. So you can see that after studying this chapter, in this chapter we have discussed about law and social justice, and there is need to be stronger demands of common people. So this is all about the chapter. I have discussed all topics and subtopics, and after this all our chapters of class 8 civics has been completed. So thank you very much.